So the end result on all that, right, is new applet specialists. There you go. You can select that, and no specialists yet. Click plus new specialist to create one. Yeah, so there you go. And what you have here is a form for defining your specialist, right? So you're going to give it a name, you're going to give it a description, you're going to give it some tags. You're going to define the type. Now, I'm an administrator, so I am allowed to define the system. You will only be allowed to define user. And whether or not it's pinned. Pinned just means featured. It'll always be at the top of the lists, stuff like that, right? So if I create a pinned system specialist, that's a featured specialist in your view. If you create a pinned specialist, it'll just be at the top of your list. And also displayed in icon form. And then you just define the system prompt for your specialist. Now, mind you, this is merged with the existing system prompt for Gadget Agent. So you still get all the intelligent behavior of Gadget Agent with your specialty. So you want to be brief, but you want to define the job and how to do the job, right? So the best advice I have on that, and you don't have to do this exact same thing, but you would just basically type out role. You are an expert recruiting agent assisting the user with a job search online, right? And then you would elaborate on that as much as you want. Roles are normally a short bit of text that just kind of lets the model know you are this, okay? And then the instructions are you do this, right? So, you would then just do instructions. 1, consider the user's resume and preferences for working remote, hybrid, in office, etc. Right? You just go through and you would type the instructions, and then maybe give it some job boards to start at, or tell it you use Google search to find the most appropriate job boards first, then visit the job boards and perform searches looking for roles that match the user's qualifications and preferences. Whatever, you spell all that out, right? And then once you have all that, right? So let's just say this is a job search specialist, right? There, right? So I would just type in specializes in performing online job searches, paste your resume as the prompt, spell out any preferences you have, and let the agent do its job to find you roles that are a good fit for your qualifications, skills, and preferences, right? And then this would just be, employment, HR, jobs, good enough. And this will be a system pinned save. So now we have this, right? And I can start a new chat. I can edit that agent because I own it, or I can delete it. If you are deleting an agent and you've used it in chat, the system's going to give you some warnings about that. You're about to delete some data that you probably paid to produce. Are you sure you want to do that? And probably the next iteration on this feature is going to be the ability to export an agent and all of its chats, right? So that way, if you just don't need an agent anymore, but you do want the data, we can just implement an export. We already have chat export, right? So doing that for an agent is just a loop over that. Very easy to add that at this point. So to perform a job search, right, you would just start a new chat with that agent, and that is how it works. So now at the top, it no longer says Gadget Agent. It'll tell you the name of the specialist that you're using. and then you're off to the races, right? So whatever you put in there as far as the system prompt configuration, the role, the instructions, all of that is now going to fine tune the behavior of this agent to assist you in working on that kind of a role, right? So if you wanted to change that, you just go back to specialists, you'd select a different specialist, and that's the very first one I've created, okay? So there will be more. Oh, there will be more. And obviously you can search your specialists, right? So featured system specialists will always be here at the top. They're just going to be, quick one-click agents you can jump into a chat with and just start getting work done, right? And then as you go, as you learn, things that the agent can do for you, tasks that you would like to automate in a specialized way that you don't want to have to type all that out for. Because remember, a specialist can still use your skills, right? So specialists using skills are your agents. And that is how the software is evolving thus far, based on a little bit of user feedback as well. So cheers. Enjoy the scroll. This is basically you're watching the formation of a new layer that exists on top of the internet you're already used to. And as that internet becomes more adapted to and accommodating of the use of agents, what your agent is going to be able to do by directly plugging into these sites, accessing their data, working with the tools that sites are going to provide, right, is going to get pretty phenomenal. And so that is, again, why I try to encourage people to think of Gadget Agent as your agentic operating system that runs in the browser. And this is the direction we're headed in now. Cheers.